My name is Walter A. Waite Jr. My rank was E3. Went back home, started my civilian career, went to work for the Franklin Mint. Started as a security officer, became in charge of their entire inventory of gold and platinum and high value instant game pieces and things. Became supervisor of the vault, and then became production control until the company started to go out of business about 10 years later and laid off. From there I went back to school, got a degree in photography, started a business, did that for 13 years and got kind of burned out. And 6 days later went to work for a gentleman in the western suburbs of Philadelphia, helping maintain his 19-acre estate. He eventually became a manager of that estate and retired in 2009. And in 2010, I had a chance encounter in Washington with my state representative, and he was in the process of giving up his seat to run for Congress, and he asked me to run for his seat in the State House, which I did. Put a lot of work into it. It became a 19-hour day, every day for virtually 11 months. And came within a whisker of winning. Out of 26,000 votes that were cast, I lost by 1,500. But it was a good experience. I got to see the inside of politics, which is not always pretty, but it was an experience I'm glad I had. My Navy experience taught me what was necessary to be able to do that, how to work hard and learn quickly and get things done. So we did that. And then in 2011, we started looking around, my wife and I, and decided to build a house in Delaware. So we moved from Delaware County, Pennsylvania, down to Dover area in 2013, and have been down there ever since. Love the community down there. I've been on the board of directors with the USS America Carrier Veterans Association for better than 16 years now. I've held every position but treasurer. I'm now also the treasurer of the Veterans Organization from my community in Dover. I am a member of the Town Watch that we've formed down there. Life is good. It's everything that I learned in the Navy has stayed with me. It's followed me, and it's come in damn handy over the years. It's an experience that all of us are glad that we had. I don't know that there's anybody anxious to go back and do it again, but we came close. In 2005, the Navy sank USS America CVA-66, used her as a test platform. I organized and planned the memorial service that was on the pier before they towed her out. I was able to get pieces of steel from the ship that we provide to our plank owners. One of our members was a close friend with Ted Kennedy, and Kennedy was able to nudge the Navy into doing all of these things for us. It was after America was sunk that a number of us in the organization started working on getting a new ship, new carrier named America. We came within a whisker of getting CVN-78, but a couple of members of Congress decided, a couple of members of the Senate actually, decided that Gerald Ford was a better idea, so America got kicked aside. We looked for another direction. We proposed to our membership, do you want to wait 15 or 20 years for another carrier? If so, how many of us are going to be around to see that? And even then, there's no guarantee that we're going to get it named. Or do we go after another ship? So the membership voted, and the vote was in the majority to go for another ship. So we did that. We proposed the idea to Secretary of the Navy Winter, he agreed immediately because he saw this as a way around the politicians. And he actually came to our reunion in Jacksonville in 2008 to name the ship. The sponsor of the ship is Mrs. Lynn Pace. She is the wife of the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Peter Pace. They were there. And I had arranged to have Miss America come to the event because Miss America over the years had visited the ship a number of times. So Friday morning at the reunion, I became president of the organization, and that evening I had to introduce the Secretary of the Navy, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and Miss America. It was a fun night. Miss America actually commented to the Secretary that she had once thought about joining the Marine Corps, and he reached into his pocket and pulled out enlistment papers and let her sign right there on the spot, but she wasn't able to do that. But the guys in this organization are an amazing group. We have worked so hard. We got the ship named. We were invited to the Keeling in Pascagoula, Mississippi. The head of shipbuilding down there said that the ship seal that we have on our shirts is our pass to come in here and see the ship anytime you want. We were invited back for the christening. We were invited to the commissioning in San Francisco in 2014. We, 6 of us actually went aboard the ship and sailed her for 3 days down to San Diego. And we were put up in officer staterooms, which was something that, you know, it was foreign to us. The lieutenant, who was our go-to guy because we were the guest of the skipper, said that he was putting us in 2 to a cabin because that way each of us could have a lower rack. He knew that at our age climbing up to an upper rack might be a difficulty, and we had to explain to him that at our age getting out of a bottom rack might be just as difficult. And we were treated like rock stars. The skipper every day on the PA system said to the crew that we are the guys that got this ship named America. We're the reason that name is on your rocker patch. We did this, and you are fortunate enough to be the first crew on this ship. And as a result, we couldn't go anywhere on that ship without being stopped and asked questions. How did you do this back then? Thank you for what you've done. Other family members of the crew who were aboard wanted to take pictures with us and our jackets. It was an amazing 3 days. And we had unlimited range of the ship. We could go wherever we wanted. The skipper and the crew were phenomenal. The skipper came down to the gangway as we were about to leave in San Diego, and jokingly counted heads, wanted to make sure that we were all off his ship. But it was great. The Navy was amazing for letting us do that. USS America LHA 6 is now homeboarded in San Diego. She just finished RIMPAC exercises over there, and she's up and running, and we feel great and mighty damn proud that we were able to do that. And unfortunately, it is only the 2nd time in the history of this country that we have a capital ship named America, but we are the guys that got that done, and we feel pretty good about that.
That's exceptional.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Surely.
If you could go back in time or be a part of the original crew of the New America, which would you rather do?
Go back in time.
Go back in time.
Yep. Yep.
No hesitation.
None whatsoever. No. It's a different Navy today. And we all have the old version of the Navy ingrained in us. We don't know anything different. And to be part of the original crew of LHA 6, we would have difficulty adjusting. It's so many things have changed over 48 years that you know, we would have difficulty coping with the new Navy. It's we're used to, the heavy discipline, the workload, the ability to learn and do things and move on. Not that any of that's not happening now. It's just that it was different back then, and to do that again 48 years down the road, it would be just too much of a change for us.